You are tuned in to the 20th episode, number 20, Big 20, of the Give Me the Points podcast. I'm your host, Soup, joined by my co host, Bob. Well, Bob, it seems like every single week we do this show, in those 7 days, we lose a living legend. So today, our intro is dedicated to probably the best dad of all time.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world confusing me. Clouds as mean as you ever see. And a bird knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whispers, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere's a heart, is a heart. I hear to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere's a place. Somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, you're lost out there and you're all alone. Life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Danny Tanner died.
It's crazy. Madden, Betty White. No,
Not even John Madden. Betty White and Bob Saget within 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah, and I mean, even Madden was like right before her, and it's crazy. It is unreal how many legends are passing.
I guess that was happening when you get older, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to see who's next.
65, right? That's how old he was. And it said the report came out that he died peacefully in his sleep, no struggle. So, gut reaction, I thought in a hotel on the road doing a show. Unfortunately, I thought overdose. Well, I mean, that's just the world we live in. But thankfully, thankfully it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. The police who found him said his left hand was on his heart and his right arm was down, as if he had a heart attack or some kind of stroke, which obviously no one ever wants anyone to die like that, but it's better than, other ways to, pass. But it's a shame, obviously. And I think he was obviously battling COVID right before that too. So that's a big
know that
topic. He just got the booster December 13th, and then he was battling COVID. So
yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah. I was reading up on it at work the one day. I was, it just sucked that he was gone. And it's like, geez, I read basically every article that popped up.
All right. Well, so I just want to do it one last time. For those of you that don't know Bob Saget from Full House, you know Bob Saget from the Tourette's guy. Oh, those videos growing up, hilarious. But so yeah, Danny Tanner's dead, and so was our Week 18 betting dead. It was bad. It was really bad, but that's okay because Monday night, nothing else mattered, Bob. Nothing else mattered. My sports fandom is complete. I need to see no more championships. I've obviously seen the New England run. I've seen the Pens win 3 cups, and now I obviously got to watch Kobe win 5 with the Lakers. And now I finally got to see Georgia win a national championship. The 41-year drought is over.
Yeah. So did you see the picture of the last time Georgia won? The wide receiver was lined up like a running back. or like a lineman who was down in the track 3-point stance.
Did you see they gave Nakobe Dean a fucking Alabama hat?
Yeah, I did.
Come on.
That's terrible.
Like
It
other
is funny,
players
though.
had Georgia hats, but you literally the best player on the field.
Yeah, and you
gave
an
Alabama hat too.
And I don't think he even noticed. He was kind of
He
like
didn't. He was super. He was just happy. I mean,
was-
what's he care about the emblem on the hat?
he doesn't care. He knows he got a hat. He thinks it says Georgia National Champions, but
And he's going top
Yeah.
15 next year. So what's he care?
yeah, he doesn't
Amazing.
care, but good for him.
Instant impact. Him and Jordan Davis.
Mhm.
Just instant. Yes, it was called an incomplete pass. I don't know. I mean, Bryce Young threw it into the dirt 2 feet in front of him, but Jordan
Yeah.
Davis got his hands on him, and Nakobe Dean scooped it up and ran it back. But they did what they didn't do in the SEC championship, and they got pressure on him, and they hit him a lot.
Well, they
He-
were also
he is
weren't playing
sore.
for a ton in the SEC championship.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
already-
Right.
we
And
already
then
went
the
over
defense
that.
came out, man.
And
The defense showed up.
Exactly. They came out like the animal we knew they were.
And don't give me the John Mechie was out, and Jameson Williams got hurt
Mhm.
and tore his injuries happen, man.
Mhm. You got to put
Georgia won with Stetson Bennett at quarterback. That's the biggest freaking handicap there is.
Yeah, he got the win.
That the throw he had to take the lead. It was a free play. He got Bama to jump, and then he threw an absolute dart in the back of the end zone, 40-yard touchdown pass. Great catch as well. But one of the best throws I've seen him make over the last 2 years at Georgia. And yeah, I mean, the defense did what the defense was supposed to do. They were bend but don't break.
Mhm.
They let up the yards. It was like watching New England, honestly.
Yeah.
Let up the yards, but don't let up a lot of points. So it was great. I'm super happy for Kirby Smart. And just it's awesome. They like his guys. These were his
Mhm.
seniors. His seniors got it done.
It's nice to see that he finally got over the hump too.
Yeah.
Not just Georgia, but
Yes.
These are his guys, like his recruits. These are
Mhm.
so it makes it better. It makes it more special when they're your guys rather than just
Right.
the team that's already there and you just stepped into a good team.
The Mark Richt era that he inherited. But yeah, so Georgia won. We went 2-7 in the NFL. Bad. It wasn't good. Lost units. I don't even know if I want to add it up, but it was. I think it might have been double. I think it was double digits.
I think it was 10.
10. And then
Yeah.
Georgia won, so that was a 3-unit win. So it was a 7-unit loss on the weekend. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We won 18 the week prior.
Yep, big Georgia win.
Yeah, what's it matter? Who cares? All right, so the NFL season the regular season is over. The quickest 18 weeks of my entire life.
It just flew by. I feel like we're at week 6. Like
It's disgusting.
I don't get it, but it went by so fast and it's almost over.
It always does.
It's
frustrating.
the best season.
I know, but it's the quickest 5 months of the year. Like the next 7 are gonna drag.
Yeah.
And then it's like August through the middle of January, just absolutely fly by. And it's I don't know. Probably because we have holidays and stuff and everybody's busy as well. That probably I'm just gonna blame it on the fact that the NFL is on TV.
Yeah, plus right now the MLB is not on TV, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say MLB is not on TV, so I'm kind of struggling. I was gonna say
no. You know what? If the Pirates could get a new owner, I might be a little bit more interested, but I bet
speaking
it.
of
I don't watch it. I don't watch the Pirates. I don't. There's no favorite team anymore. If I'm going to watch a game, it's because I'm betting on it. Like that's what I do.
Like I'll sit down and watch a pitching duel. Like I'll watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll watch. Yeah. I mean,
Kershaw, Scherzer back.
Back in the day, they're on the same team now.
Now they're their spring training games are better games in the World Series. Like fuck. Better pitching battles.
So I saw a thing that Bleacher Report posted. What is a better bet? It was the Yankees to win the pennant or the Mets to win the pennant. They're both at plus 550 right now. I would have to side with the Yankees just because of the bats in the lineup. But if the Grom and Syndergaard are healthy, I mean,
I also think the AL doesn't have the Dodgers. I mean,
right, yeah,
the
which makes it way
Dodgers
tougher.
The Dodgers are always, unless if somebody else buys out a few huge free agents, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to be the best team in the NL. So it's just naturally that one seed. Like the Yankees could be that team in the AL. They could be that one seed that everyone's like, come on, dude, we got to play the Yankees. Like, why are we even playing? No one thinks like that when you're playing the Mets.
As far as roster on paper, they are the Dodgers of the AL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
exactly.
I mean that it all goes back to money and
we all know that
salary cap and whatever, but, man. Here's my thing.
I think the money's with the Yankees, but I would much rather see the Mets.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I think almost anyone would.
For sure. So, speaking of New York, Gettleman stepped down as the Giants GM, which is amazing for that organization.
Yeah.
And then they fired Joe Judge, which probably amazing for the organization. But here's the firing that blows my mind. Brian Flores.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Dolphins do? So the report came out that apparently him and Chris Greer, the GM, didn't see eye to eye. And then also, which I 100% agree with, Brian Flores didn't see Tua as the quarterback of the future for that team.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in to an absolute garbage organization, goes 5-11, 10-6, and then 9-8 this year, and gets fired.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a head coach somewhere else. Like he's not getting fired
immediately.
Yeah, he's not getting fired and going back to being a DC or something like that. He's 100% going to be a head coach next year, and whoever gets him, you're great. Good for you. I mean, outside of like Eric Bellamy from the Chiefs is probably the most sought after head coach, and he has been for the past couple of years. Flores has the experience, and he has a resume. I don't get it. I really don't.
I mean, just based off the last 2 years, he has a resume that he should not have been fired.
2 back-to-back winning seasons.
I think a lot of it, I think it has something to do with Deshaun Watson as well. I think.
Oh yeah, he was a big he was a big advocate for Deshaun Watson.
He wanted Deshaun Watson, and obviously they didn't make it happen. And like we said, I 100% agree with him that I do not think Tua is a quarterback for the future.
Absolutely.
And he's not a franchise quarterback. I think he's your maybe bridge until your next quarterback. But and that's just a terrible, terrible reason to fire somebody because he's a good coach.
He's right.
But yeah, because Tua made some good throws last week against New England. He had some very nice throws, and he's had some very nice throws all year, but consistency has not been there. And we already went over their win streak when they played St. Mary's of the Blind for 8 games straight.
But so here's my thing, though. I mean, he is a defensive coach, and if you look at Miami's defense over the last 2 years, it's been top 10 in the league. So, and last year it was not this current year that we're on, but the year prior it was fantastic. It's the reason they went 10-6. And the defense is the reason they went 9-8 this year. It wasn't the offense. You can say Jalen Waddle is super good, which he is. Congrats to him for setting the rookie record for receptions in a season, 102. He passed up Anquan Bolden. Not even close to the best rookie receiver in the class, Jamar Chase, obviously.
Jamar Chase definitely helps playing with Joe Burrow too.
Yeah, but still,
over Tua. I'm not saying Jalen Waddle would be better, but he'd be a lot better of a receiver.
Did you see the post-game interview after the Bengals beat the Chiefs when the reporter was like, "Hey, did you know, Jamar, that you had more receiving yards than Patrick Mahomes at passing yards?" And he was like, "No, I didn't." He's like, "What do you have?" And he had like 238 or something for passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I didn't have 240. And they were like, you had 244 or whatever he had. And he was like, oh my God.
Just think about finding out that way. Like a reporter had to tell you that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he knew he had a great game, obviously, but I don't know. Interesting. So, who else got fired? Mike Zimmer's out in Minnesota.
So is their GM.
So is their GM, yes. Which was expected. I mean, Mike Zimmer's time has come to an end there in Minnesota.
He was really good at the start, and then they kind of just have been that's what 7-10 to 9-8, 9-8 or whatever, that range. They've never been like really good. They've never been really bad. It's just how long can you settle with average?
All right. So one more thing. Let's talk about it. The Sunday night game. Unbelievable. The best final 4 minutes plus overtime I've seen all year. I was just the Chargers had a 20-play drive that took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And they picked up 4 fourth downs on that drive. They couldn't move the ball on first, second, and third down.
It was weird how competent they looked on fourth down and how clueless they looked for 1, 2, and 3. Like, I don't know what's.
Well, they've got the ball with over 2 minutes left and 3 timeouts, and every play was a 20-yard route.
Yeah.
Like there was no interest in throwing 7-8 yard passes across the middle of the field. Everything was trying to win it in 3 plays. Whatever they got down there, they scored as time expired. It goes to overtime. The Raiders get the field goal. The Chargers march right downfield, converting a fourth down, and get their field goal. And then what the hell happened? Why did the Chargers call the timeout?
What's worse, him calling that timeout or Chris Webber calling his timeout?
So, here's my thing. The timeout that he called didn't affect the clock really, because he called it with like 2 seconds left in the play clock.
Yeah.
So they still could have went out and taken a knee, and it still would have ran the clock out. But it makes you wonder, like, did that alter the way they thought? Like, hey, you know what? Let's go for the win. Because they were running the ball, but I think they're kicking the field goal regardless. 100%. I think they're kicking the field goal regardless.
I think they're kicking the field goal. I think when he called the timeout, I think they were like,
it solidified it.
Yeah, they're kind of like, okay, well, if we run this and we get like, 4 or 5, 6, plus yards, that gives us an easy field goal. And I think
they did.
Exactly. What he get 6 yards or something? Put him in an easy field goal. But I think if they don't call that timeout, I think they still run the ball. But I think it's more of, I'm okay with a tie. I'm also okay with us winning with a field goal. I don't think they really cared. And then like the timeout solidified, like, all right, let's run this. Let's actually get the yards and then give them easy field goal and win it.
It was just what a perfect way to end the season, because there was all the talk about, okay, a tie puts them both in, and they played the game, like 100% played the game to their fullest, and it still went to overtime, and we were still looking at if that field goal misses, a tie. I mean, it was just it couldn't have been any better for Roger Goodell in the NFL.
No.
I mean, it was a perfect situation for ratings, and dude, I've been talking about it all year. I know you've only been here for 3 or 4 weeks, but Derek Carr in crunch time is an absolute animal. He's so good under 2 minutes, man. He's so good.
I think he's very underrated in general.
Oh, absolutely.
Let alone the last 2 minutes. I think he's a very good quarterback. He's a good human being. He's not garbage. I think he's overlooked because he plays in Oakland, Las Vegas. Yeah, like that's just where he's been, and no one's like, oh, I'm a Raiders fan. No one's like crazy like that. But
Trey is.
Well, Trey's a lunatic for that, but he's from California. He's all goofy, anyways.
That's right. Yeah. So Trey from Punch List is a Raiders fan, if you guys didn't know. But all right, so that sums that up. So we Wildcard weekend.
It leads us right into the first game.
Yes, Wildcard weekend, first game, Saturday, 4:30.
Oh yes, 4:30.
Right? Okay. All right. This call me crazy, but this is probably the game. There's 3 games that I'm excited for this weekend. Obviously, one being the Patriots game as a Patriots fan. And then if I had no dog in the fight, there's something about this game that I think is going to be really interesting, and I'm excited for this game, and I'm glad it's the first game of the weekend.
Mhm.
You have the Raiders at the Bengals minus 5.5, over under at 49. What do you like here, Bob? What are your thoughts here?
I actually like the Raiders plus 5.5. I obviously, because I love Joe Burrow. I mean, he's obviously I drafted him in fantasy. Like I love the guy. Him and Justin Herbert were, two guys that I've always wanted to draft. But the Raiders, okay, so Raiders last 8 games, they've covered 6 of them as road underdogs, and they've won straight up 5 out of the 8 of them. I don't. I'm going to ride that, and with all the momentum that they have of, they knew everyone in America was watching this game. They knew Pittsburgh was watching. They knew everyone was watching this game to see who, got into the last spot. I like Vegas. I like their momentum. It started at, plus 6.5, and I was at 5.5. I like the Raiders. Give me that 5.5 for sure. What about you?
I didn't think we were going to agree here.
You know what? Because I usually would have went if last week wouldn't have turned out the way it did. I think ending the Chargers season on a last second field goal, or the last second in overtime, and
right,
I like it. Like that momentum.
I don't like that we agree on this. I was hoping to put a little friendly wager on this, but now
I'll put a friendly give me the bet, or give me the the Raiders.
All right, so what do you? Okay, yeah, I agree with you. I like the Raiders plus the 5.5 here. It all depends on Darren Waller and how he's feeling. He obviously played last week, but it was more of like a decoy. He did get, I think, 4 or 5 targets, but they were later in the game. He obviously went out because it was a must-win game. Again, must-win game this week, but another week healthy. I don't know. We'll see what quarterback steps up, because you're obviously going to have Joe Burrow in his first game in the playoffs, and then Derek Carr in his first playoff game. Both teams good at running the ball. Both teams good at, both teams have a good front 7. I don't. I think the Raiders keep this close. I do.
I think the teams are too evenly matched for it to be 5.5. I think they match up very well. Like, like you said, their defenses are, good. They're, good enough. I mean, the Bengals have played really well lately. I mean, they played really well. As of late, they played a lot better. So you might give a slight edge there, but like we said, Derek Carr, man, especially in crunch time, he is a stud.
So here's my thing as well. You hear guys like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady coming out and talking about the rust. When you take that week off, and you saw the Bengals' entire offense take the week off.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can say, oh, it was like a bye week, but at the same point in time, I don't know. The playoffs is different. I don't want to side with the over or under here, because you never really know what's going to happen in a quarterback's first playoff game. But this has a feel to it like when the Raiders played the Colts a couple weeks ago. I think these teams, like you said, are more evenly matched, and I think the line's a little wrong here. I think that it should be more like a field goal. So if you're giving me the Raiders at, if they can lose by 3 or 4, which are very common margins of victory for teams, I'll take the Raiders plus the 5.5 here. I agree with that. And go Derek Carr. I mean, obviously, the Bengals have more weapons on offense. They have the threesome at wide receiver, fantastic. But there's something about this team, man, that I can get behind. And so I agree with you on the Raiders plus 5.5. I'm going to go unit and a half on the Raiders plus 5.5.
Yeah. I hope Joe Burrow plays well, because I don't want him to be, I don't want him to get looked at like, oh, he had a great year, but rookie choked in the playoffs. I want it to be a good game. I'd like, tough battle. I want same thing with Derek Carr. I want him to do good the same way. So Yeah, I definitely like 5.5.
All right, and so as of right now, the Sharps are on Vegas as well. That's obviously why the line moved a point. So as far as the bets are, it's 40% of the bets are on the Raiders, but it's 78% of the money is on the Raiders. So
Wow,
obviously the big money bets
money.
are coming in on Vegas.
hmm
So I like that as well. And yeah, all right. So unit and a half on the Raiders plus 5.5 there. There's something about that game that I'm really excited for.
I am excited to watch it too.
All right.
Like,
So
here we
Saturday
go.
night game. Give me the Bills -4, man. I'm sorry. I have to do it. The Patriots at Bills, Bills -4, over under 44. Yeah. The Bills are going to win this game by double digits.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, I like
As
Mac
much
Jones
as
as well.
Bills a
I like,
mastermind
yeah.
and it's the playoffs and whatever,
I
but
don't,
I'm sorry. Yes, the first time they played, New England beat them, but that was in that ridiculous windstorm. And then we saw what happened the next time they played.
Yep.
Josh Allen moved the ball at will. And
And
they got Devin Singletary involved now, and their offense is clicking. Yeah, they had a little stumble against the Jets last week, but hey, guess what? They still covered the 16.5, even though they looked bad for 3 quarters.
yeah, and I think New England can make them look bad for a half. I don't think Josh Allen will struggle all day. I think he
No.
might struggle in parts of the game, but like you said, I think it's. I mean, even if this line was 6.5, 7, I would still lean towards Buffalo. But at -4, I'm all on Buffalo as well.
Yeah, so Josh Allen, his last game against New England, 315 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and then he also ran the ball for 65 yards.
Yeah, give me Josh
Bill
Allen.
Belichick, notoriously bad against, not bad, but he struggles with quarterbacks who run. He is so old school and old fashioned, and he doesn't focus on taking away a quarterback's running ability. And that is trouble against Josh Allen. So Josh Allen and the Bills -4 here at home. Absolutely. All right.
All right. I know
I think I
know
like
we
that as a
disagree on this
2-unit
one.
play. I like
Oh
that
yeah.
as a 2-unit play on the Bills -4.
Mhm.
All right. Eagles at Bucks. Bucks -8.5, over under 46. Where you at?
I am pounding the Tampa Bay Tom Brady's. Pounding them. Eagles are 0-6 against teams that are in the playoffs, but they are 6-2 in their last 8. They played the Giants twice, Washington twice, and they lost to Washington once. They lost to Dallas. They are not a great. They're not. I don't even think they're an above average football team. Not
They're
against.
average.
Yeah, I mean they're better than the AFC 7 seed. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they did. You're damn right they are. Absolutely, they are.
But
They are better than the other Pennsylvania team, for
That
sure.
is absolutely correct. And yeah, give me Tom Brady. Give me the 8.5. This is Tampa may I think they do struggle in the playoffs, but I do not think they struggle against Philly. I think it's a cakewalk personally, but give me Tampa Bay 8.5. I know. I think you're thinking the other way.
I am. So, man, oh my God. How? So right now, I'm looking at the over-under. 46% of the bets are on the over. Guess what the money percentage is?
It has to be some crazy, like 80%.
99.
So everyone's going over. Wow. That's a lot on the over.
Man.
When
I see a number like that, I like to go the other way.
I know.
But at the same point, before looking at that, I liked the over.
I did as well. I liked the over until I saw that. But personally, I probably won't even touch it.
No. No. I'll take it. Friendly wager, Eagles plus 8.5.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. I was talking about the
so
over under.
for
Over
those
under,
of you
I don't like that. The Tampa Bay, yeah, give me that -8.5.
For those of you that are keeping track, we've done a friendly wager on the Chiefs +5.5 against, or I'm sorry, the Bengals +5.5 against the Chiefs. I was on the Bengals. The Bengals not only covered the spread, but they went outright. And then last week, it was the Jaguars +15.5 against the Colts. And the Jaguars not only covered the spread, but they dominated and won that game outright by double digits. So I'm 2-0, Bob's 0-2. So bet your money on the Eagles. Eagles +8.5.
Tampa Bay -8.5.
All right. Another game. I think we're going to disagree here.
100%. I know we are.
Niners at the boys. Boys -3, over under 51. You're on the Niners, correct?
I think the wrong team is favored here.
Oh, the wrong team is
team is favored.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
Another little. Okay. Let me rephrase this.
No, I've seen the stats. I've seen that. I've seen that Dallas against.
No, I don't care about Dallas. This has nothing to do with Dallas. If Trent Williams does not play, I do not like San Francisco. Trent Williams means enough that I do not like them +3 if Trent Williams does not go.
One offensive lineman is what you care about.
Him? Yes. Yes, please.
What about, does Tony Pollard matter?
Tony Pollard matters, but
absolutely it does, because that it gives them a legit run game.
Well, I don't think he's a great runner. I think he's such a great threat out of the backfield too. But I don't think he's
number 1 in the NFL in yards per carry, Tony Pollard.
Yeah, I mean,
ooh.
That helps.
All right. So you like the 49ers here. Give me your stat. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Kyle Shanahan, 25-17 against the spread when he's an underdog.
Kyle Shanahan's not on the football field playing.
Give me that.
What was it? 20 what and what?
25-17. 60%.
It's not even that great.
60%. I'll take 60%. And give me a +3. Get out of here. San Fran's going to win the game outright, but I'll take the +3.
All right.
Yeah, San Fran will win the game.
No.
But
it's the year of the boys. They'll win a playoff game. They're winning
Jones.
Real quick, back to the Bengals game real quick. A text message has never been sent about the Bengals winning a playoff game. The last Bengals playoff win was 91. First text message sent was in 92. So the Bengals have never had a text message sent about winning a playoff game. That's crazy.
And you know what? They might not have it this year either.
They might not. All right. So, I'll take the Cowboys -3 here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. So I'm taking the NFC East to get it done this weekend.
Yeah, and I am just not. Absolutely not. All right. Game of the week. Pittsburgh at Kansas City.
One that we 100% agree on. There is no faltering here.
Steelers +12.5.
Shut up. All right. Steelers at the Chiefs. Chiefs giving 12 points. Over under 46.
I like the over too.
I think the Chiefs might hit the over by themselves.
I think the Chiefs if the Chiefs run the ball too, I think Tyreek and Kelsey both got hurt last week. I think they're both probably going to play, correct?
They're going to play.
Yeah, even if they don't, I still like Kansas City -12.5. I don't
say
like
this
Pittsburgh
with 100% confidence. With 100% confidence. If you put Chad Henne in there, I would take the Chiefs -7. That's how confident I am. The Steelers.
It's hard when you have two of the top 7 weapons in the NFL.
Yeah,
with Tyreek. I would probably take Chad Henne too.
Super nice.
Did you see the video of Big Ben talking about the game?
No.
He's like, well, we don't even have a chance, so we might as well just go out and have fun. He's like, what? We're 20-point underdogs. Like, who cares? Let's just go out and have a good time. I was like, okay,
biggest underdog in Wildcard weekend history.
Really?
Yeah, there's never been a spread bigger than this, I'm pretty sure. The opening line, 13.5. It opened at 13.5. Has been bet down to 12. Hey, public, keep coming in on the Steelers so that I can take a -12 here today. And then on Sunday, I can take them again at like -9.5. That'd be super cool.
There's no chance it goes below double digits. No chance.
You've got 5 sharp moves so far, all 5 on the Steelers.
Yeah, I
Baby
also
sharps.
think I don't know if people are betting on the Steelers because they're like, oh, Big Ben's last hurrah. I don't give one fuck if it's Big Ben's last game ever. He is not beating Patrick Mahomes. He's not covering against Patrick Mahomes. He can't even sniff Patrick Mahomes' jockstrap. Like, he's just nowhere in his league right now, which Ben had his prime. It's cool, like, but it needs to just – this needs to be done. I wish, as a Steelers fan, as a Big Ben fan, I wish last week Vegas and the Chargers tied and they got into the playoffs, and Ben's last game would have been a win against the Ravens. That would have been better than getting shellacked by Kansas City.
Let's also remember, like, so they played 3 weeks ago, right? And the Chiefs dominated that football game. They ended up winning 36-10, but at one point, it was 30-0.
And then it was 36-3, right?
Yeah.
Because they scored.
Well, then the Steelers scored the late touchdown.
Yeah.
They scored that garbage time Deontay Johnson touchdown.
Yeah.
So, like, Chad Henne came in and didn't even throw a pass. He just fumbled his first 2 snaps. And then they settled for field goals. Like, dude, if Patrick Mahomes plays the entire game, which he will, I'm sorry, there's no way. The Chiefs are going to win this game by 20 plus.
I agree. I even like, how on FanDuel and, MGM, you could take them at, minus, I wouldn't mind it at -19.5 or -20. Like,
so like,
just good plus money.
I truly believe the Chiefs are going to be up 14 by the end of the first quarter, and it will never go back under that. Like, I think that they're going to come out, they're going to slaughter them.
The Steelers haven't scored a touchdown in the first what? I think they were outscored like 100-something to 3 in the first quarter out of like the last 8 or 9 games. Are you kidding me?
It's terrible.
How does that happen? And like, they have a very good, like, it's infuriating to watch a Steelers game.
Put yourself in that situation. So they're getting outscored, whatever, point differential of 100 in the first quarter. Why would you want to be in that spot with Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the field and Ben Roethlisberger as your quarterback? What makes you think that he's going to be able to lead them back from a double-digit deficit after the first quarter?
Here's the thing. The only way Pittsburgh has a chance at covering is if they have to bring out every trick play ever invented, because they're going to have to do some kind of double reverse wide receiver pass into another wide receiver, and no one's around them, because they're not winning straight up. They're not covering straight up. Like, if they play 10 out of 10 times, Patrick Mahomes is destroying them.
Yeah.
And
the way to beat the Chiefs is through the air, and that's just not what Pittsburgh has.
Nope, it's not their strength.
The Chiefs shut down the Bengals on the ground. The Denver game, Melvin Gordon ran for over 100 yards, and Drew Lock ran 2 touchdowns in. But I don't know, man. So Chiefs -2, -12. Chiefs -12. You want to go? How many? We've got a 1.5. We've got a 2, and this is going to be a.
I think we go
3.
I would say above a 2 because we'll go 3.
All right, Chiefs -12, 3-unit play. All right, then you've got the game that I care the least about.
I'm interested in how you feel about this game, Arizona at the Rams, but I'm intrigued to see what you have to say. I know which way I'm leaning.
My heart says the Rams. My mind and the numbers point towards the Cardinals. So I'll take the Rams. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. I don't know what I like in this game. I wouldn't be mad if we didn't make a play on this game. Is there a side that you like a lot? So then I can just take the other side and we can just bet against
I like the Rams.
Damn it. No.
Here's the thing. I know what's today? Today's Wednesday, obviously. So tomorrow at practice, James Conner and
Chase Edmonds banged up.
Chase Edmonds are both banged up.
Right.
Now, if either one of them doesn't play, obviously I give it a huge advantage to the Rams.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think both of them don't play. I think one of them definitely plays. Even if they both play, they're banged up. Weird stats I found. The Cardinals have only had one game of 100-yard rusher or more.
Mm-hmm.
And they've only had 3 games of where somebody's had over 100 yards receiving, which in they're what? They're 11 and what, 5?
11 and 6.
And 5. 11,
Let's also remember that the Cardinals started this season off 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
But they are 8-1 against the spread on the road.
Yeah, it's hard for me to side with the Cardinals. I would,
and they're 6-0 as a dog against the spread.
It kind of looks like a personal play. I feel like you're trying to talk yourself into it.
No, like I said, my heart is with the Rams. Like, I just think that this team, like, there's no way they're going out in the first week of the play. No, I agree with you. Let's take the Rams.
I honestly think this is like a big brother, little brother type of deal. I think the Rams are the big brother, and I think Arizona is just a little brother that's going to get beat up on a little bit. And I don't think Arizona covers either. What
happened last time they played? I remember Aaron Donald.
Rams won.
Yeah, Aaron Donald ate Kyler Murray alive on like the final 3 plays. What did they end up winning by? I don't even remember. It was Rams Cardinals, so 30-23. And then the first time they played, I think the Cardinals took that.
The Cardinals won the first one. Yeah, they beat them pretty bad.
Dominated them. Why? Chase Edmonds, 120 yards on the ground. That's that 100-yard game you were talking about.
And I don't think he has a 100-yard game either.
And that was before Odell.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably Cooper Kupp's worst game of the year, 5 catches for 64 yards.
I was going to say that. If they hold Cooper Kupp to 65 yards, 100% I'm on the Cardinals. But
they're not going to.
They're not going to. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
All right. Is this the Big Bob special?
No, definitely not. I don't like them like that.
Okay.
I don't like them like that. If anything's a Big Bob special, it's
the Chiefs.
Well, no, that's too easy. That's too easy. That's not. I love Tampa Bay minus 8.5, and I love San Francisco plus 3.
Perfect. And I'm on the opposite. That's great. That's what I love to hear.
Personally, I might get a little fancy and do a nice little teaser with Tampa Bay and San Fran. My own personal side.
Yeah, you do that.
Big Bob teaser, go for it.
Yeah, you do that, Bob. All right, so
I love my teasers. Come on now.
1.5 on the Rams -4. All right, so to recap the lines here, we've got a 1.5 on the Raiders +5.5 at Cincinnati Saturday at 4:30. We've got 2 units on the Bills -4 at home against New England Saturday night. We have friendly wagers on the early NFC games. I guess the two Sunday early NFC games. I'm on the Eagles +8.5. You're on the Bucks -8.5.
Because we're on the same on the Saturday one.
And I'm on the boys -3 at home against the 49ers. You are the opposite side. You are on the 49ers +3. We agree on the Chiefs to cover, and we agree on the Rams to cover. So we took 3 favorites and 1 dog. All right. No over-unders? Wow, we didn't pick a single over-under.
You know what? I like some.
I'd like to watch the first week of playoffs before I take an over-under.
I think so too, but if I was going to straight up take one off the get-go, I would take the Bucks Eagles over 46.
And I'd probably side the under
Chiefs.
I'd go the under 51 in the 49ers Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if the 49ers want to win the game, it's going to be through a run, take the entire play clock kind of deal, get back to their roots. So
and I think you're going to see a few runs from my man Debo.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, but whatever.
He's a stud, man.
All right, so we put some NBA plays out there tonight. Gordon Hayward does nothing but screw us over. I mean,
he's the reason that I stopped betting basketball at the beginning of the year. Remember,
yeah,
I bet him 3 games in a row,
yeah.
all over, his point total, and just he put up 4 shots in the game. I'm like,
Mhm.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's
I
super
just
efficient tonight. We took under 16 and a half. He's 12 of 14 from the field, 4 for 4 from deep, 28 points. He had 15 in the first quarter. So that
yeah.
was good. That's good. And then we have John Collins over 16 and a half. And he had 7 in the first quarter, but I haven't looked. He's got 8. Oh, that's good. Good. 1 point in the last quarter and a half. Then what was the
Jaylen Brown.
Knicks? Yes.
the
RJ
Knicks.
Barrett over 2.5 assists. He assisted the first basket of the game, hasn't assisted one since. So he's got 1. And then I think Jaylen Brown hit. I think it did.
He was
6.5 for
6.5
rebounds. God, he's got 5. He had 5 at half. It's halfway through the fourth, and they're up 20. So 0 for 4. Yeah,
Right.
sweet.
Not bad.
All right. So we did the verification on the Action app. Didn't realize that we had to set a dollar amount to the units. So it was set for $1, and I just threw something on there to see if it would sync over, and it came up. I put $5 on a 7-legger, and it's coming up as a 5-unit play. So that's going to be a 5-unit loss. So I'm in contacts with the Action Network through email to try and get that fixed, because that was just a user error. We didn't know. So we are going to be using that for NBA plays. I don't know. I think that's all I've got.
I mean, we
I
got
don't
to talk
really have
about
much else.
Clay's return. I mean,
Yeah, let's talk about the guy that the Draymond Green bet. Did you see it?
no, I did not.
Okay, so Clay's return, right? Draymond Green. This guy parlayed Draymond under 6.5 points, under 5.5 rebounds, and under 4.5 assists. And it was I think 1,000 to win 25 grand or something like that. So Draymond, who was banged up, started the game just so he could be out there with Clay.
Oh my God.
The jump ball happened. Draymond walks up, fouls the ball, I think it was Trae Young, fouls Trae Young, and then they take Draymond out and he doesn't play another second. So the guy cashes this crazy parlay because of Draymond Green only playing for 1 second.
That's incredible. I love that.
There was a bunch of controversy.
0 minutes, 0 field goals, 1 foul.
There's a ton of books that people bet Draymond Green unders because the report came out and the books didn't adjust to it, and we missed it, Bob. We missed it.
Yeah.
But the reports came out that Draymond was just going to come out and start, and books didn't take the lines down, and people hammered it, and they had to pay out a lot of money. Of money.
Yeah, but they're going to make it all back in one NFL game. So
if that Chargers Raiders game would have ended in a tie, I think it would have cost. There was a report it would have cost books $50 million.
Yeah, that's
because you had people parlay the Jags to win, the Steelers to win. So 2 dogs, a 5.5 point dog and a 15.5 point dog, along with that game ending at a tie at 40 to 1. So the odds there were a bunch of people that played that. So if Carlson doinks that, oh baby, people are getting paid.
And just think if you were one of those people that made that bet and he makes that field goal. I don't
know, Bob.
I'm crying.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I've been there this year. I was there this year. For those of you that didn't listen earlier this year, I had a same game, and it was the Jaguars Bengals Thursday night game, banger of a football game, absolute banger of a football game, and I took Trevor Lawrence to run a touchdown, Joe Burrow. We'll save that for the end. Trevor Lawrence to run in a touchdown, James Robinson to run in 2 touchdowns, Joe Burrow to throw 2 touchdowns, the under 48.5, along with Joe Burrow to have a rushing touchdown. So for those of you that are keeping track at home, I picked 6 touchdown scores along with the under 48.5. So I'm predicting all 6 touchdowns. Joe Burrow sneaks it in. So this is Trevor Lawrence already has his rushing touchdown. James Robinson already has his 2 rushing touchdowns. Joe Burrow already threw one to what's the tight end? Ozoma.
Mm-hmm.
It's like halfway through the third quarter. Joe Burrow runs a touchdown in. Called touchdown on the field. They review it. He is short. Like he was short. I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to say I was screwed by the refs. He was short. Then they turn around, hand it off to Joe Mixon. Joe Burrow then ends up throwing another touchdown, and they kick a field goal as time expires to win 24-21. So the Robinson 2 touchdowns hit. The Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown hit. The Joe Burrow 2 passing touchdowns hit. The under 48.5 hit. And I was 2 inches. Do you remember what it would have won?
I think it was at 675,000.
Yeah, it was 750K. And then after taxes, it would have been $500,000. $500,000.
That's a nice.
I wouldn't be here doing this show.
Yeah, you'd be
because I wouldn't have placed another.
Carolina.
I wouldn't have placed another bet on sports. That's it. That's the peak.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go from there?
It only goes down.
Yeah,
you only lose.
You gonna chase $1 million winner? No.
But here's the thing: knowing you and knowing me, we get a great bet that we love, and we put that $750,000 on it.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, I'd be divorced.
All right, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you
and
would
2
be.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks prior, the same game with Sony Michel, that I hit 8 out of the 9 legs and only needed Sony Michel not to play, and Sean McVay put him in for 1 carry and then took him out.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. That was fun. So yeah, it was a rough 2 weeks for me. Yeah, I've been there, Bob. I missed out on $500,000 by 2 inches. 2 inches. It's crazy.
Man.
Yeah. It's been my lifelong struggle. Just 2 inches.
2 inches. I know. You and me both, man. Just 2 inches. Small.
I don't know. That's all I've got. We covered Wildcard weekend. There's college football's done. We're done until August with college football. NBA in full swing though, halfway through the season. So that's going to be a lot of the Instagram content, a lot. And we still have 4 weeks to talk football on the show, and there's not, a lack of topics to talk about.
And then like we said before, after football's done, obviously you and I go hard at basketball. We do. Yeah, I took some time off after Gordon Hayward, but you and I both are pretty successful with basketball as well. And then we also have buddies that are very good at hockey that will try to get some of their, see their insight and, get some of the hockey plays up too for you guys who are hockey fans.
So what I want to do, Bob, is I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I want to do one of those like $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. So we'll start with 1,000 and we make our unit bets off that 1,000. And then as it goes up, the unit bet goes up and we see if we can build that 1,000 up to 10,000.
Okay. When do you do that?
What do you mean? When do we do it? When are we going to start it?
Yeah.
2 weeks. Start it.
Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, I thought you were doing this for like the NFL.
No. With NBA, because it's going to be a nightly thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll see these plays.
So that's all we've got. Punchless MMA was back last night. They have a card this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're big UFC. You're a big UFC guy.
I love watching UFC, man. You know what? I've never liked bad injuries or anything, but like, Dale, obviously from Punch List, and you were on the podcast before that you guys got into MMA. And so I started, watching more of it. And it is one of my favorite things to watch. I'm addicted to it. Who's fighting? March? No. March 8th. It just came out with Colby Covington and I can't remember. Let me see.
March 8th.
Or March 5th, maybe.
Oh, Jorge Masvidal.
Masvidal. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
George Masvidal.
George.
All right.
Oh, don't say that. He'll come here and kick your ass.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. All right. So that's all I've got. We're under an hour this week, but yeah, there was only 6 games to cover. Next week, obviously, there will be
4
games. Oh my God, Bob, we're running down. We've got 14, 16, 17 games of football left, and that's it.
4, 2, and 1 after this weekend.
Oh my God.
This sucks. But, well, maybe we can end the NFL on a hot streak because we ended college football. Ended that with a nice Georgia win. So,
did you see what Julian Edelman bet?
Mm-mm.
He placed a bet that it would be New England versus Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. $100,000.
Oh, to win what?
It was like 100 to win like 650 or something like that.
Oof.
No, it was more than that.
It has to be more than that because
I forget what it is. Julian Edelman.
Because I don't love that pick, anyways.
Oh, so what he did is he bet 2 separates. He put $50,000 on New England to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he would win like 375 if that hit. And then he put 50 on Tampa to win like 250 or something like that.
Okay. So he
it's
needs
2 separates.
One of them to hit.
But if he would have parlayed them, it would have obviously would have been, I think it's 11 or 12 to 1. I still think it's not the favorite.
I believe.
At one point it was the favorite to be a Super Bowl matchup. Yeah, when New England was the 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think's gonna?
Chiefs and Packers. Chiefs and Packers.
I think that's what I want.
I want to see the 2 best quarterbacks go at it.
I do too, and I think I would love to watch that game. Obviously, everyone's going to.
Oh my God!
I feel like somebody gets upset somewhere. I mean, because I think the Bills could beat the Chiefs. I mean, I think the Bills can with Josh Allen. Yeah, with Josh Allen, with Singletary running the way he is, I think they can beat them. Do I think they will? Absolutely not. Right. Can they? Yes, they can. But I think the Chiefs, Packers would be. I think that's everyone's ideal.
Yeah,
it's their ideal Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then obviously, like that's the NFL's like honey hole. Like that's what they want. Second to that would be the Buccaneers and Patriots.
Yeah, or even the Cowboys. The Cowboys, that's a huge fan base.
World's not ready for that.
I don't want it because I think they're going to lose first round. Like
Cowboys Squealers.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even watch it. Wouldn't even watch it.
Nope.
I would. Right. You know what? I would just to bet, but give me a prop bet. Big Ben over 1.5 interceptions.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs over 1.5 touchdowns.
1.5 touchdowns.
I don't know. We'll throw some player props up this weekend. I know I say that a lot, but it comes down to it, and it's like we're busy.
We'll definitely do it. Yeah.
Yes.
This weekend we definitely will.
I promise.
It's a big word.
Yeah. If those of you who haven't started watching Succession yet, I highly recommend it. Super good show. All right, so that's all I've got. Bob, any parting shots?
Nope.
Okay, follow us on Instagram. Give me the points. On the Action Network, give me the points. And that's about it. YouTube. Well, YouTube, give me the points. Live stream every week. Videos are up there. You can comment on how shitty Bob's beard looks and how good mine looks.
Yeah, mine looks perfect.
But all right, so Wildcard weekend. Good luck to you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you there, fellas.